So it is, what is it right now? What are we on? What are we doing?
Going to ABC camp.
ABC camp. Camp ADC. Because we don't have school. Why?
Because Christmas break.
Yeah, it's Christmas break, winter break. So it is, oh Lord, what? Christmas break, you don't know what day it is. It is Friday, the 27th of December. And we have our first Camp ADC of the break today. So we are gonna go in and do that. The kids are gonna play and do all kinds of fun stuff that keeps them engaged and active and moving and all that, while Brittany and I work. So it works out perfectly. This year we picked 4 days over the break, 4 weekdays to come in and work and do Camp ADC. And it's also really helpful for other people in our community that need some childcare here and there over the 2 weeks that our kids have off from school. They can't really take all 2 weeks off. So this is helpful to them, hopefully. I know for some people it is. So anyway, so we thought we'd take you along a little bit and show you kind of some of the behind the scenes things that we do over winter break at a large dance studio when we're technically closed and regular business operations are closed. And we're going to show you a little behind the scenes. All right, guys, vlogging. Brittany's working away. Michaela's working away. I've been working. So yeah, not super exciting because it's been a lot of computer kind of stuff, but and then of course all the little things that come up too. Lily's fob wasn't working, so I got her new one, and it was like just completely not working. So got her new one. I'm gonna take this up to her. We have Camp ADC happening, so the kids are, I don't know what they're doing right now, but they're doing something fun probably, so we'll go check on them. Okay, I found the kids. Here they are. What did you just have snack time?
No.
You had quiet time?
And Lego time.
And Lego time?
Hey,
Guys.
They were really loud with the Legos.
Oh, you gotta be quiet with the Legos so we can hear. You guys look comfy. Yeah, you had all your stuffies and all the fun stuff, yeah?
I didn't bring this.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay, you don't have to. I'm not. I'm gonna go back in my office and work. Was that so sad? I wish I could come play and have fun with you guys. What are you guys gonna do now? Hey, Viv, I don't think Miss Lily said to open that door yet. We're gonna wait. Hi, buddy. Oh, now you're going for snack?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
Yes.
That's probably. This one changes.
Exactly.
This one changes into a Christmas tree with a Santa hat.
Ooh, I love it. All right, Miss Lily, new fob. I checked it and it works.
Okay.
And I set it for this week's access.
Perfect.
So you should be good to go. All right, guys. So snack time, huh, Miss Lily?
So
Okay.
you put all of your stuff away and then go grab your lunches.
There they go.
But I have my own snack.
Yeah, that's what you'll grab.
Just grab your snacks then. All right, they are getting ready for snack. So it's so fun to have kids here during the day in the building. We enjoy working in our quiet for sure. We can get a lot done and we're really focused, but also they bring a lot of really cool energy to the space as well. So a few of the big things that we're working on over break, I feel like today, so far today, has been a lot of just catching up with things and kind of getting everybody working on things, but lots of updating like spreadsheets and lists, things like that we need for recital preparation stuff. So there's a lot that goes into getting ready for recital, and I mean, I can't even start to go through all the things that are included in recital preparation. So there's a lot of spreadsheets and information that are helpful then in doing that prep. So that's been a lot of what we've been doing today, honestly. And then a few little kind of those one-off things that that sort of pop up, what people call putting out fires. The fob is a good example of that. So a couple little things like that we've been doing. And Brittany and I had a meeting, again, kind of touch base, catching up, coming back from the holidays. We didn't work at all this week. I worked on Monday, but sort of unofficially. And so it's been a while. We're not used to that. And so lots of catching up to do, lots of little odds and ends things. For example, so Lily's fob is done. I can mark that done. Certificate of liability insurance, we just needed a copy of that to give to a venue for performance. I need to check through quite a few different schedules and calendars and things like that. I need to send out something to teachers about choreography, lesson plans, those types of things for coming back after break. Just kind of a mini training on that. I need to look through our books a little bit. We hired an accountant this fall, and it's great in so many ways. I don't want to take away from that. But anytime you do something new or different, or you bring somebody new on, there's a learning curve, right? And so I know that there's some things that aren't categorized in, I don't want to say the correct place, because probably they're actually categorizing them maybe in more of a correct place, but it doesn't make sense with where we've put stuff in the past. So as I compare, 2023's P&L to 2024's P&L, it doesn't make sense, because then it looks like, something that was going into, let's say, rent, property rent is now going into something else called rental expense. Well, then as I'm looking, I'm like, why did our rent go down? Oh, wait, but this went up, right? So anyway, I've got to kind of go through that a little bit, kind of tidy it up a little bit there. Lesson plans. We have some classes that don't have lesson plans yet for the second half of the year. Lesson planning, most dance studios don't have lesson plans at all. Most actually don't really have even a scope and sequence. But we built out a scope and sequence, then we built out lesson plans. All of our core classes, all of our hip hop classes, except maybe the older kids, have weekly lesson plans that they follow, which is just basically unheard of in the dance studio industry, as far as literally every genre, every age, every genre, every class having weekly lesson plans. With that being said, though, that project is not complete yet. And so we do have some classes. It's mostly the older kids classes. That's kind of what we did last, because those teachers tend to, want to kind of have their own ideas a little bit more too on how they run the class. And so leading up to this point, our older kids teachers were fine without lesson plans. Now we're getting to have more and more teachers that, whether they're fine with it or not, we want to make sure that they're staying consistent as well with the progression for the students. And so that it needs to happen. So I need to really dig into that. That's a whole project. Continuing with the whole costume ordering stuff, that is a huge undertaking that takes months and months and months, truly, from start to finish, as far as costumes go. Yeah, I mean, really a better part of a year, really. So there's more work to be done with that behind the scenes, and then I have a few other random kind of one-off things. I need to order a few things. I need to cancel a couple things, just silly stuff like that. So that's kind of what I'm going to work on the rest of the day, and kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of what it looks like around here over break. It's been pretty quiet, Luckily, we are kind of getting to a point with this building, and our Denver building, now that we've been in both of them for feels like long enough time. We're getting to a point, I'm going to knock on wood, that it definitely feels like, we can step away for a week and not be like, oh, what's leaking? What HVAC isn't working, that kind of stuff. Now, those things are ongoing and they are always happening. Actually, just a couple weeks ago, Josh had to fix the one of the Denver furnaces twice within like a week. So it is definitely still ongoing and those things happen. It just doesn't seem like it has much. We were able to walk away from both properties for, a handful of days and not need to, sort of have emergent type situations that we were needing to handle. So that definitely is a step in the right direction, a step out of survival mode, and things are feeling good. So Christmas is over. We are ready for New Year's holiday and all that. We have today, and then we have next week that we're off of break. So we're going to continue to work on some of these behind the scene things. Our team's costumes are all here and have been. We actually store them for our families so that they don't have to. We don't pass out our costumes when they come in. Yes, that would make our lives a lot more convenient. We wouldn't have to have a storage room and stuff like that for them. But I think for our customers, it's just not the best experience. I know a lot of studios pass them out as they come in, right? So it's the small childs of this costume came in, so the kids that were small childs get their costumes. We just wait and we pass them all out at one time to everybody. So the teams will all get theirs when they come back from break on the 5th, and so we've got to get those all organized, unboxed and organized and organized per kid, so every child gets their right costumes. We're starting to plan for all the spring stuff. So yes, recital, that's an ongoing thing, but also our spring mini sessions, our 8-week spring mini sessions. And we're also starting to talk about summer schedule and what camps are going to be offered and that kind of stuff too. So it's always a back and forth of like the very sort of timely, more urgent things like a fob being broken, canceling something for utilities, that kind of stuff. But then also that flip side of we're also working months and months ahead on things, sometimes a year ahead on things, sometimes more than that. So it's always this back and forth between those two worlds. But yeah, that's the day today. I'm going to say bye for now, unless something crazy comes up or just something fun. I will pop back on, but otherwise I'm going to say bye. Thanks, guys. All right. Hey, guys, I changed my mind. So we're just going to roll this through the next few days and just kind of do a what happens over break video kind of all together. So it is, what is it? Monday the 30th. Oh, it's very dark right here. But I was going to tell you about kind of quiet peacefulness that we have going on here. But I had a doctor's appointment in Des Moines today. And so just coming back into town, I worked for just a little bit in the morning, a few hours. Went to Des Moines, did that, had lunch. My husband came with me. So had lunch and then came back to town, and he ran home to work on some things at home, and I was going to stay here for a little bit, so, and work on some things in the peace and quiet. So this is part of break as well. It's just having a little peace and quiet. It gives us time to reset a few things, make a few little changes here and there. All the Christmas decorations will get taken down. They're not yet, but they will over break get taken down. And yeah, so any deep cleaning kind of stuff that we want to do, we'll do over this break. Typically is a good break to do it, or Thanksgiving break. We don't have much of a summer break anymore. So anytime that we're closed for a week and it's not like the holiday doesn't take up a ton of the break, there's time outside of the holiday. We usually will do some sort of deep cleaning or painting or that kind of thing. We had a wall repainted in Denver from kids scratching paint off, so that got repainted over winter break. We're not doing too much deep cleaning stuff here this winter break. But yeah, But no, I just wanted to kind of show you the quiet, what it can be like on a Monday night at 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. This is not what it's normally like on a Monday at 6 p.m. So I don't like it too quiet for too long, because I like the building to be full of energy and full of kids and full of laughter and full of fun and growing and music and all the things. But once in a while, it is nice to kind of have there's something sacred about having the space to yourself, I feel like. And for me as an owner, for me as a director, it allows me to really reconnect with the space and what's important, why I do it. It makes me, that much more grateful for when the space is full and loud and just full of energy and full of people, and making memories and all those kind of things. So yeah, I'm gonna keep working on. Right now I'm in the middle of a big music, like finalizing all the recital music. Normally we have this done before now. We probably would have had it done maybe a week or so ago. Just the way that it worked out this year, and kind of things fell in, sometimes things fall into place, sometimes they fall out of place. They kind of fell out of place a little bit this year, and we're just a little bit behind. So we're going to go ahead and try to get this wrapped up. So I got to finish picking a few songs, and figuring out, finding music, cutting music, all that kind of stuff, just to kind of get it all put together. So that's what I'm going to work on tonight. And then we have work days. Let's see, today's Monday. Tuesday the 31st is a work day. And then Thursday the 2nd and the 3rd are work days. So this week we really just took Wednesday off. I think Brittany has the 3rd off. So the 3rd is kind of a iffy day, but anyway. So I figured instead of having it just be like one little short, one day of break, I can kind of show you a few things. I know that Brittany and Michaela worked on costumes, or no, they're working on costumes tomorrow. So I might be able to get you a little sneak peek of that as well. Brittany's going to try to clean her office over this break. It's just nice to, like, going into a new year or new season. It just feels good to have kind of a fresh start. And we need to make sure that we found, like, all of our receipts from 2024, any invoices, all that kind of stuff. Any documentation stuff for, like, the IRS needs to be collected and make sure we have it all in the location that I put it. So each year gets filed away. So yeah, that's kind of some fun stuff. Otherwise, it's just the norm. Like, it's payroll, it's sales tax, it's monthly bills. I mean, some of that, it's like, it's the end of a month. It's all the normal stuff. But it's also lots of recital stuff in books, bookkeeping, all the fun things. All right, guys. So that's what's happening, or what happened, more or less today. The 30th, Monday the 30th of December. So we'll update you with what's going on the rest of the break. All right, good morning. Who wants to be on the vlog?
Good morning.
Barrett kind of reluctantly. Okay, so it is the last day of 2024 today. It is the 31st of December 2024. It's Tuesday. We have the rest of this week off for break. And so, you good? Okay. So it is the time of year. But anyway, so we are headed in. We have Camp ADC today. And and the boys will play and do crafts and do all the fun things while I work. And today, Brittany and Michaela are going to work on costumes. So that's going to be an exciting thing to kind of show you and talk about a little bit. The rest of it, for the most part, I think is pretty non-exciting. So I will, as far as to see, it's just not very, very good to show you on camera. And then we are leaving early from Camp ADC to head home and cheer on our LSU Tigers. Their bowl game is this afternoon on ESPN, so we're gonna head home to watch that. So, and then tonight we'll hang out as a family. And tomorrow's the holiday, so we probably won't vlog at all tomorrow. And then Thursday is back to work, so we'll probably keep you posted then. So, all right, here we go. All right, so I ran to an appointment right away this morning. I just wanted to mention how fun it is to pull in at 8:25 a.m. and see cars in the parking lot, kids getting out, running in, excited to come into the building at 8:30 in the morning. As a dance studio, it's not something we do very often. We don't have a lot of day stuff. And so anyway, that was kind of a cool feeling when I dropped the boys off this morning, just to see that. And yeah, then we got like 13 kids today with a teacher hanging out, which is so much fun. Anyway, so I did that meeting. Now I am headed back to the building, just pulling up right now actually. And Brittany and I are going to have our second, part 2 of an org chart meeting. So I just want to share with you, that's one of the things that we do over winter break, is really start to plan very, very seriously for the next season. Summer schedules are getting worked on as we speak. Next year's schedule will be getting worked on very soon. We start to really look at our staff and who we have, who we want to continue. You know, it's all our like teachers and stuff are all contract labor, and so you know, they get contracted for a year basically, right? A season, and then we look at, you know, their evaluations and is it a good fit, and do we have a need to continue you know, using that contractor. So it's a lot of looking into all that with the teachers and just the schedule and all that fun stuff. Also our org chart as a whole. We are a growing business. We have grown so much. I mean, our revenue has like doubled in 2 years or something. Insane. And even before that, it like doubled the 3 years leading up to that time frame. Anyway, it's just been crazy. It's been crazy growth. And the staffing, like, it's hard to keep up with that, to be completely honest, with staff. And so we are always adjusting the org chart and growing and changing and adapting to meet the needs of the business. And so Brittany was a great addition in that full-time business manager role, but we need more support. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna talk about that, and then they're gonna work on costumes this afternoon as well. So, and then I do have another meeting with another staff member in the middle of that, and I've got to work on some stuff, more computer stuff though, in the middle. So I'll kind of keep you posted as the day goes on. Okay, update. It is around what normal people have lunchtime. It's about 12:30, and we are done with meetings for the day, so that's actually exciting. But yeah, we did a lot of org chart stuff this morning, and really deep dive into, you know, kind of the future of the business and different roles we need to hire for, different roles that can be absorbed in new roles and things like that. And Brittany and Michaela just headed upstairs to get started on costumes. So I want to show you a little kind of before and then after or during. Okay, I'm distracted. Let's check on the kids quick.
I had to leave without you.
They're having fun.
That's so fun.
They're always got some music on and moving and grooving. So fun to check on them. Like I said, it's just fun to have them here during the day. All right, let's go check on the costume room at the beginning of this, at the start. All right, well, this is our costume room. We are very fortunate. We have an entire room that we can dedicate to costumes. Did not always used to be like that. Actually, for 15 years, it was not like that. And what we did was we would store the boxes. These are just our comp costumes. But we would store the boxes somewhere hidden underneath tables or just wherever we could hide them throughout our spaces that we had. And it was a lot of hauling back and forth. Once we got our Denver location, we would store some there. So lots of hauling back and forth, lots of wasted energy, but we didn't have the space. And now we're fortunate to have the space. So they live here when they come in, they get checked in, and then we're gonna go through them and figure out which kid needs which size and make their bags and all that. So this is the before. This is how we're starting. There's no bags. Okay. No bags. Costumes are in boxes. They'll go through them like this. They'll lay them out and then get the bags out and get them all organized. Michaela's got to start with lunch. She's good to go. She's set. And then, we'll see how quickly it goes. It's not that many. We only have about 60-ish kids on our competition team. So it's fairly small in comparison. So we'll see how quickly it goes. But they got some little things that they need and should have all the supplies. And we'll come check on them in a couple hours. These kind of things just make me happy too. It's just a stack of 4 or 5 different things of markers and some papers. Probably they're gonna do later. But it's just fun to walk around the building and see it actively in use during the day. We're just not used to that. We're used to it at night, but not during the day. So it's fun. Anyway, those guys are all set up for costumes. So they're gonna roll with it. And I'm gonna head back to my quiet little office and get to work. The thing I want to work on / need to work on the most is to really dive into all of our recital music and get a feel for if there's any holes, any gaps, anything that hasn't been shared with teachers yet as far as here's your music. Anyway, it's a whole thing. Lots of back and forth, a couple different staff members involved in the admin side of it, and then obviously lots of staff members involved in the communication back and forth about different songs, if they want to pick their song, if they want us to pick their song. If they pick their song, they have to get it approved by us first, and then we let them know it's approved, and then they have to edit it, and then they have to give it back to us in an edited version. So it's a lot of back and forth, and then just organizing that and making sure that everybody has picked a song or been assigned a song. Do we have the cut music for every song? So I'm going to dive into that a little bit, and then in a couple hours we'll go check on the costume situation and see where they're at, what they got accomplished. All right, one of the silly things that I have on my list that I can actually, show you something is I'm still kind of overseeing the vending machine. My husband does it quite often. It's something that we want to, kind of have the boys help us with, which they do a lot as well. But because we're on break, a lot of those things change, which is really one of those sucky things about kind of more seasonal work. So what happens over breaks is all of a sudden a lot of our systems break because we don't have ambassadors here to do what they normally would do every Monday night or Tuesday night, whatever. We don't have class. So my husband isn't bringing my kids in once a week for class. And then while he's here, he checks on the vending machine. So systems break and things kind of get to be a little bit messy and you have to reorganize. So winter break is obviously not that big of a deal because it's only 2 weeks. So we kind of figure it out. The switch from season to season is a really big deal. So it's one of the things that I probably hate most, not the most hated thing, but probably one of the things I hate the most about this business is the fact that every season we have to go back and look at all these different systems and find all of the breaks and re-initiate the system. So for example, right now, trash cans get emptied by a certain staff member on a certain night, okay? The outdoor trash cans get emptied by a certain staff member on a certain night. Everything gets cleaned or touched or sanitized or whatnot, right, by a certain staff member on a certain night. Well, all of a sudden, season ends, and it's the end of May, and we have a little bit of time off in June, and then we jump into a summer season. Well, guess what? All those people usually change. When one season is done, it's kind of a natural timeline for people to say, I don't want to do ambassador anymore, or I do want to do ambassador, but in the summer it doesn't work for me to do Tuesday nights anymore, so I'm going to do Wednesday nights. And it just becomes this whole thing, and it never is very consistent as we move from one season to the next. And then the same thing happens when you move from summer season into your fall year-long season. And so twice a year, every year, there's a big kind of upheaval of systems and processes, and things start to get missed, and you have to figure out, oh, that's because so-and-so just started working Wednesdays and doesn't know that normally on Wednesdays this happens. And it's in a system on a paper somewhere, but like, did they see the paper? It's a lot of things. Anyway, so mini upheaval during something like winter break. So I'm going to check the vending machine and just make sure we stocked it the other day. That's on here, but we did not check for dates. So I need to double check for dates, make sure that we have nothing in there that's expired. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, so welcome to business. Like we've talked about this a few different times, quite a few times on this vlog, but a vending machine is a great example of, why you have to mark stuff up in business. And it really is true for any business. But so all of these, I had to just take out a vending machine. These were still extras. These are all dated 12 of 24. So they are done. We can't sell them. So I don't even know how many this is. Quite a few. 4, 8, 12, at least 20, I bet. So we bought 20 Skittles that then we can't sell. They didn't sell in time. So anyway, and the chips up here, their date is January 14th, and we have quite a few of those as well. Now, in the big picture of things, it works out okay. We can use these for something else. We can use them for like games, for example. There's a lot of games that have to do with Skittles because they're different colors. So you can do like, for every purple Skittle you have to say, a TV show that you like. For every orange Skittle you have to say a hobby that you like, something like that. So we can use these in different ways other than eating them, but you can't do that with everything. Skittles happen to be an example of that, but you certainly can't do that with everything. And some things I will choose to eat after the deadline, like the chips. If there's chips left over, I don't mind eating chips that are technically after the deadline, but we can't sell them, and some of the stuff we don't eat or whatever. Anyway, so that's why you have to upcharge for everything, because it's not as lucrative as you might think. People look at this and go, oh my gosh, well, they're charging $2 for a Twizzler. That's crazy. But the problem is we won't sell all of them, right? And somebody is loading it, somebody is checking dates, somebody is taking stuff out when it's expired. We have it plugged in, so it's pulling energy. You have to pay a service fee every month just to have the card reader, plus then you pay a percentage of every card that is swiped. So anyway, yeah, it's fun. It's fun owning a business. But anyway, that's why everything's kind of a volume thing. If we sold everything in here in a timely manner, then yes, we would be making money. But you can't guarantee that. And when you start out with anything, you typically aren't right at the start. So I do have one of my LSU shirts on for the game today. I couldn't find any football shirts, so I have an LSU baseball shirt on. That'll have to work. But go Tigers, right? All right, anyway, so that's a fun thing that does need to get done over break because systems get kind of ruined on pause during any sort of breaks or changes in seasons. So that is done. Let's see what else is on my list. I got a few things knocked off already, and the meetings were a big part of the day today. Check vending machine, cross it off. Oh, there's another thing my husband needs to look at though. Okay. I need to check in with our virtual assistant in the Philippines, and check her projects and kind of where she's at with everything, and give her updates or answer questions, that kind of thing, on projects that she's working on. I need to check back with another staff member. I have some questions and stuff for them to help me with something I'm working on. I need to schedule my January mindset coaching call. I need to, this is another project that I need to assign and delegate to our virtual assistant. And I need to finish this whole recital music selection thing and communication and organization, that whole process. And then, this is exciting news. I can't really share much because I don't believe that they have shared it publicly yet. But we do have another business joining us in the building. So we have rented out the third of our 4 spaces that we have. And I can't say much because it'll give it away if I start saying too much. But I'm really excited about it. It fits in line with who we are and what we're doing, and kind of my ideal tenants, which we've done so far, and this stays in line with that. So I'm really excited for that as well. And we'll announce it as soon as I said, as soon as you share it publicly, I will be happy to share it as well. Anyway, I think it'll be exciting. I think it will be helpful for some of our customers as well, and certainly is a good fit in general with what we do. So I need to get the updated lease from my attorney, and I need to take a look at it and make sure that it is good to go. And if it is, get it to her. If it's not, get him any changes that I need him to make from that, and then get it to her so she can sign it. So super, super, super exciting. I think I'll have to look back at my messages with her, but I think it's starting March 1st, I think is like when they'll officially be in the building. So exciting stuff. We'll be here before we know it. So yeah, those are kind of the things I have to do in the next hour and 15 minutes. And I probably should eat something for lunch. I grabbed some Gardettos out of the vending machine. I know, it's a very healthy lunch. But again, you pay the price to get stuff done. It's hard in a small business to, take an hour lunch. That's just not efficient, and it's not practical. We would have to charge so much more money to our families for them to be able to pay for that. And I've just never felt good about that. So, we take short lunches and we try to just work as much as we can for our families. And, so far it has yielded success. So, all right, guys. Well, before I go we'll check back upstairs on the costume organization process and see how that's going. All right, ready or not? Ooh, hello. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm trying to use my left hand. Okay, ready or not, it's 2:11. I wanted to leave at 2 o'clock. So this is the constant the constant issue. So we're gonna go ahead and turn the computer off, shut everything off in my office. We are going to put my shoes on, grab my dance bag or my work bag, and all that kind of stuff. Head upstairs. I'm gonna show you what they've done with the costumes so far, and then I'll grab my kiddos and we're gonna head home for the day. Okay, here's your update. What has it been? An hour and a half, I think? Hour and a half in. They've got lots of bags out, lots of costumes in bags. How far would you say you are, like percentage-wise? 80% done, 50% done?
We just have the 2 older teams, and then we're gonna be like halfway through the team group. But then we just have instructor pieces, so probably halfway at least.
I'd say over halfway. Yeah.
68.
68%. Thanks, Michaela. I need that exact number. So yeah. So Brittany's keeping it all organized over there on the papers. Michaela's putting them in the bags. That tends to work out pretty well. So we make sure that we don't get the wrong costume in the wrong bag for the wrong kid. Wrong size. So yeah, exciting. It's so nice to have its own space too, and not have to like pick all this up and hide it away when we're done. So there they are, all of the teams. All right, well, I'm gonna grab the kids and head out, guys. Thank you. We'll see you later. Bye. All right, they're doing awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right, I just gotta grab my kids and we're gonna head out for the day. I'll probably work in my home office tonight because there's just a lot to do. And then tomorrow's holiday with First, so I'll probably try to, I don't know where the kids are. They're not where I thought they were. That's dark. I'll find them. And then probably not work a ton tomorrow because it's holiday. Spend some time with kids. And then we'll be back in the office on Thursday, and then I'm working Friday. So keep you posted. All right, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Sounds a little bit like Eeyore back there. I don't know. Okay, so it is Thursday, January 2nd, 2025. Happy New Year. Yesterday was supposed to be holiday break day, but you guys know that I talk about owning a small business a lot like having children, having children and being responsible for them, right? So just like with kids, you know, if the babysitters fall through, if somebody doesn't do what they're supposed to do, the bus driver doesn't show up at my house to pick up my kids, I have to take them to school, right? We have to cancel our plans if the babysitter can't come, right? So had kind of one of those types of situations where I needed to step in and really help get something done that was supposed to be done weeks ago, and kind of flew under my radar a little bit of, ensuring that it was done, and it ended up not being. So I had to step in and get it done, which is not what you want to have to do, but sometimes you have to. So anywho, so the boys ended up getting to spend a bunch of time at Grandma's yesterday with the cousins, and Josh went into the building and did some work in there, which is good. If I think about it later, I will show you, but he finished mudding and texturing the hole in the bathroom, the first floor women's bathroom. We had that leak a while ago, and it was a whole thing. It's a process, but it is ready to paint at this point, so that is good. So he got that done, and what else? And then I sat in the office and worked all day, and got some stuff done that needed to be done. And we did get to watch a little football together, hang out a little bit. We had breakfast together. So, still even putting did I work? Probably 6-7 hours yesterday. You know, you still feel, when you're used to sometimes working 12-15 hours, you still have time when you put in 6-7 hours to have plenty of family time as well. So anyway, that was our day yesterday. And now it's an official work day for us today. They have Camp ADC and we have work, and let's see, they have to finish up costumes. The comp costumes are almost done, but not quite. So those need to get finished up. We needed more bags. So those are supposed to be delivered today. Tomorrow. So no, never mind. Not finishing costumes today. Tomorrow, when the bags show up. And then I have a bunch of people coming, I think 4 to 6 people. I can't remember how many ended up signing up. We wanted 6. I don't know if we got all 6, but somewhere in there, 4 to 6 people coming to help clean and retape the floors. We do this twice a year, and it is quite the undertaking. I'll talk to you more about that when it happens. And I've got a big meeting with like a long sort of planning, looking ahead meeting with one of my staff members. Brittany and I have a quick touch point meeting today, just our normal meeting to talk about things that we're working on together. And I think that might be it. But between the hour-and-a-half meeting I have with one staff member, the half-hour to hour meeting I have with Brittany, and then the 2-hour cleaning session that I'm leading, that's a really good chunk of my day. Oh, and I have our new tenant coming in to sign her lease today as well. So anyway, there's a lot going on, like there always is. But yeah, a couple things that we just do over breaks, like deep clean all the floors, which I'll tell you more about. So that's gonna be our second day of 2025. Is kind of a clean start, fresh start. Make sure the floors are really clean. We clean them once a week. I don't want you to think we don't. We do, but not like not a deep clean. That only happens twice a year. So anyway, we already did Denver over break. Josh and I did Denver. So Denver's done. But now we need to do the 6 studios in Cedar Falls. So yeah, that's gonna be our day. I'll take you along for the ride. Okay. So I'm on all this medicine right now for like a few different things. It kind of all happened at once, where I had a couple different problems sort of introduce themselves at the same time. So I have a couple different things of medicine, and I have to eat breakfast right away in the morning, which is hard for me when I take the medicine. So I'm gonna eat a little breakfast. The other thing, I've got the staff shout out board over here. I need to take all those down and get a new one of those. And there was one other thing I was going to tell you back here. I don't know, but we can do this. So I just take all these down. I just take them all off the board. We don't have as many this month because we were basically closed for 2 weeks. And then I look through them really quickly. 2 reasons. 1, they make me smile. They make me really happy. And 2, sometimes there's some that are like to the whole staff. Well, then the problem with that is I'm not going to give a $25 gift card to the whole staff. So if I pick that one, who's the winner? Right? So, not that there's anything wrong with shouting out the whole staff, it's totally fine. But I can't really use that for my winner. So I just make sure that there's none that are like that. And if there are, like this one's for a mystery person because they did something. They did something nice, okay? But she doesn't know who it is. So I can't really have a winner from that one. So yeah, I just kind of look through them for that. And like I said, I'm going to read through them because they make me smile, make me happy. And then, hold on 1 minute. I have my sequin top hat that I fold them up. I fold them in half, put them in here, and then draw a winner. So I am going to do that right now as well, because I know that was one thing that was on my just random to-do list today. The big things that I told you about when we were driving in are kind of the main things, and then I have all these like little things that I need to try to squeeze in. So while I eat my breakfast, I'm going to read these and do the drawing for the December staff shout out board. Okay, floor cleaning time. Morning meetings are all done. Well, morning, afternoon meetings are all done. It's about 1:22, and I'm getting the girls started on doing the 6 studios here. So they each have a list of what needs to be done in each studio, and kind of broken down. They're in 2 teams of 2. So 2 of them working on, they have a list of 3 studios they need to do, and then the other 2, the other 3. So I have a little bit of a problem. I can't find the correct buckets. So this is a reoccurring issue in this building, is it is so large that we keep losing things. And it's like there's certain things should be in certain storage rooms, but then if somebody puts them back in the wrong spot, you know, you just never know. So I cannot find the correct buckets that we use, but there's other buckets that we use for flowers that we can certainly use. I was putting, I'll show you when I get upstairs. I was putting hold on, I might need 2 hands here. I was putting them in little like Dollar Tree. Why? Hold on. We're gonna try this. Hopefully the phone stays. I was putting them in little like Dollar Tree bucket things, but I decided I'm putting a lot of faith in these little Dollar Tree bucket things. It's probably not a wise idea. So for flowers, in when we do our big recitals in the spring, we have a ton, like 12 or something of these 5-gallon buckets. Now, we don't actually need 5-gallon buckets. We just need like the small cleaning buckets, but I can't find them. So we're gonna use these instead. Okay, so I had to move this guy out of my way so I can get in here. We're gonna use these buckets instead. So the cleaner is in this one, just white water in this. We've got our heavy duty Roscoe cleaner for the Marley, and yeah, they need some rags, and then I'm gonna wheel this around and give it to the different groups. So yeah, improvise. If you can't find something, just improvise. But yeah, we'll check on them when we go deliver this stuff. Okay, so delivering their water buckets here in their cleaner. We got clean water and then the cleaner in the orange bucket. They are on the retaping process. So kind of certain things have to happen in certain order to have it make sense. So they've already vacuumed, kind of went over the floor so it's more or less clean as far as like pieces of things on the floor. Now they're retaping any parts that need to be retaped. They've already done a lot of it, so I can't show you a good example, but it's obvious where it needs to be retaped. And then they will wash it. Yeah. So now I'm going to take this other buckets and rags and stuff to the other group. Oh, my water's. You can't go very fast with a bunch of water in a bucket. It's moving around. And then we also have our Camp ADC kids here as well. Hi, honey. So they are in the preschool room right now, having a little quiet time, rest time, watching a movie. So, but soon they will need a studio to be in as well. So we have so much space. It's very, very, very nice. All right, here's these guys. They're retaping as well Just vlogging, guys.
Hello.
Looking good, looking good. Had to retape some sections here and there. And then, so you guys are kind of at the same part as the other guys are as well. The retaping section. And then, yeah, all right, I'm gonna give them their buckets and their rags. And the only other thing I need to give them so that they can just kind of roll with the list that they have are new letters. So I need to find the new letter stickers. Brittany has them in her office. I know where those are. It was just the buckets. I didn't know where they were. And I was sure I have seen them. I was sure I knew where they were because I could place them visually, but they're not there anymore. So, all right, we'll get these guys going. All right, I was just gonna show you because they have this one tape line here pulled and they're gonna retape it in a second. Just kind of what it looks like. You can see with your Marley, you have a little gap. It's a tiny little gap between pieces of Marley, and that's why you tape it together. And that's why we have to tape before we wash, because you don't want water to get underneath there. So here's a good example too. Like this tape line looks pretty good. Looks good, looks good, looks good. And then, whoop, somebody's tap shoe or something got that one. So for this one, they're just gonna patch this little spot. But we have to make sure that there aren't any areas like that that water could get under. So everything gets retaped first as needed. If it looks good, we leave it. There is an option if you're thinking this sounds like a lot of work. It is. It's part of the floor that we use. The Marley only comes like this. It doesn't come in bigger chunks. The other option is you can have special people come and weld it together, the seams, but then you're kind of stuck with it that way, and it costs a lot of money, and we don't have anybody in the Midwest in this area that knows how to do it, so we'd have to bring somebody in from, you know, the East Coast, West Coast kind of thing, which is even more expensive. So something we'll consider at some point. And obviously you can't weld the edges, so you'd still have to tape the edges. You would just weld your middle seams. So it's possible, but right now, if we do it a couple times throughout the year, we're usually pretty good. Honestly, if the teachers are aware of it, they can help remind the kiddos, don't do your tap steps right on the tape lines. But you know, we have a lot of new teachers and things like that, so it does happen where, whoopsies, I'm supposed to bonk into the wall. It does happen where, you know, those first few weeks after the season starts, certain studios are already tore up pretty bad. So it happens. Okay, we're gonna go get letters, and then they have everything that they need for now. So then I can go back to the office and work a little bit and come up and redo their buckets for them as needed, but they're pretty set to go. So it's awesome to have help like that. We wanted 6 people, but I know it's hard over break, and it's not always something everybody wants to do, but it's a part of, you know, anything. Like, does the farmer want to go out in the negative weather and feed his animals? No, but it's part of the job, right? All right, we're gonna find these letters. Brittany, you said you had letters for me for the floor. Oh, what?
I have a lot because they're the reflective.
Yeah. We don't want
There's
those.
some random ones in
Okay.
there. All my packs are either numbers or reflective.
Okay.
I don't think that's all.
So we're gonna do these, and then we're gonna look around. Do you think they all got put here, or do you think there's probably some like
There might be
in
some
first floor
second.
storage or second floor storage? What about first floor storage from recital? Would we have brought back packs and it's still with recital stuff?
That's that because we use it for HTS.
That's where this came from. Okay.
Because the ones in there, yeah, they're reflective or
Yes, I see
numbers
some
only.
right there.
And then I do think though in that little drawer that has the tape in second floor storage, I think there might be.
Okay, that would make
I
sense.
think I've seen the green packaging.
Okay, I'll go look there. Yes, if we have to run to Menards, we gotta run to Menards. There's certain letters that are always used up quickly to like reuse Q on our floor, for example. And every big pack of letters that you find only has one Q. And so every time we have to like buy a new. So we have a ton of A's, we have a ton of certain letters, but then we have to keep buying new packs because we don't have a Q or what other one do we have to make a lot? J, I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna look at these and we'll see if we can find some more. And then these guys are set. Ew, it snowed when I've been in the building today. Not fun. All right, off we run to Menards quick for those. Good thing I wore my little booties today. Off we run to Menards to get some more letters. And Brittany and I haven't eaten lunch, which is kind of typical. I'm not saying it's a good thing. It's just when you're busy all the time, it's kind of what happens. So I'm gonna run through Cane's quick and get us some lunch quick. It's 2 o'clock, but you know, what do you do? All right, let's clear off the snow and let's head. Here's my, well, might be good enough for now. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just going across the street here. All right. Okay, well, fun story. Menards did not have the specific stickers that we needed. So I'm here at the wonderful one and only Walmart. So let's hope that they have what we need. It's a little chilly without a coat, but you know, I hate coats. So that's the story. All right, we're gonna see if Walmart has what we need and then cross our fingers. And I guess worst case scenario, we're gonna have to find them online and not have them for today, but we'll figure it out. Okay, Walmart for the win. Tried and true. That's what we needed. They had 8 packs, no, 9. So I went ahead and bought all 9. So we should be set for a little while. But yeah, now I'm off to Cane's. Get Bernie and I a little something to eat quick. And we'll check on how they're doing with the floors and kind of go from there. So it is 2:30 almost. I think they're supposed to be done with the floors at 3. And I feel like that's not gonna happen. So we're gonna have to play it by ear of who wants to stay, like who wants more hours and can stay, and who needs to go. So we'll figure it out. Okay, Cane's has been delivered. Brittany's gonna start eating. I'm gonna join her in a minute, but I'm gonna check on the girls upstairs, see how it's going. Walmart had 9 of these, so we bought 9. Should be good for now anyway. So yeah, let's see how they're doing. Okay, perfect. They're doing good. So I think I mentioned earlier, we like 6 people for this job. And when we have 6 people, we can usually get done in 2 hours. We only had 4. So it's not gonna be done in 2 hours. They have, the black studio is huge. So they still have, they're about, I'd say over halfway done with black. And then they just got done with green. So we have like 1 3/4 out of 6 done, and it's like 2:45. So, but a lot of them said they could stay, so that's good. All right, I'm gonna eat my Cane's. Okay, I think we're about ready to wrap up on today. The girls are still working on the studios, but they're looking good. They're looking good. So they got a little bit more work to do, but they're doing a great job. So I'm putting the stickers that I just bought away there with all of our Marley tape and stuff. And then we're gonna finish up these studios and lock everything up. So I'm gonna go back down and work. I haven't had much time in the office at all today. So try to wrap up the most important of the things and then come back up and check on them one more time. I think they're getting close, probably maybe another 45 minutes-ish, I bet. So we'll probably wrap up today here. Exciting stuff. But did get a new lease signed today. We did get a lot of fun stuff done. So, hi, Lil. Camp ADC is done. Most of the kids are picked up. Perfect. Okay. All right. So, we're going to wrap up for today. Bye, guys. All right. It is super sunny out. Okay. So, welcome to the last day, official work day anyway, of the winter break, the 24-25 winter break. So it is Friday, January 3rd. My kids still don't have school. The local community school that is where the studio is, the headquarters are, does have school. So we did not plan a Camp ADC for today due to that reason. My kids are at grandma's, hanging out with cousins that are in from out of state. I've got a little crazy hair right there I can see in the sunlight. But anyway, so I'm going to take you along for the ride today. I think what we have on the agenda, I worked from home a little bit this morning. I had some laundry to do and that kind of thing. So I kind of, working and doing laundry a little bit and picking up around the house Christmas, right? My house is crazy. So anyway, did that this morning, headed in now. Gonna work for probably a few hours today. Brittany's working, and I believe Amanda's coming in for a little bit as well. They got to get those comp team costumes done and ready to go. So that is happening. But yeah. So anyway, we'll see what else is happening today. I think it's a lot of boring computer stuff that I have on my list anyway. The Christmas decorations got taken down last night, so we can take a look at how different it looks once those are gone. But yeah, that's the excitement for the day. All right, guys. So quick Friday update for you. We've got the cleaning company here. I kind of forgot about that. We have UNI dance team here, and we also have a new vendor that we're exploring. They're in the conference room right now meeting with Brittany. And a new cleaner from the cleaning company. So I was just chatting with her. So it's fun. The building feels very alive. I like that. I like the building. This building deserves to be alive. It deserves to be filled with people and energy and all the things. So UNI dance team's kind of on lunch right now. So there's just a few. You can't even see all of them, but there's some over there too. But a few of them are here. Some ran out for lunch. I don't have anything to do with that. I don't coach or anything like that. We just, knowing the dance community and also having community involvement as one of our core values, we let them use our space for free. So that's happening. I'll show you. We got the cleaning lady down the hall. It's kind of a fun Friday. But anyway, I've got to finish up a few things. I sent something out to our teachers that's like a needed thing for recital. We do have a staff meeting on Sunday as well. But I've had a few back and forth conversations about some stuff with that, which is always good. Love talking with our teachers. And then got a few things, just little things. Pay this invoice or talk to Brittany about this or collect these things, whatever. Got a few of these little things, click, checked off my list. And then I've got one big project yet today that I'm probably going to start right now and hopefully get through that, which is final details and final planning for our staff meeting on Sunday. And then I'm going to head out. I've got cousin sleepover tonight at my house and gotta pick up some things for that. And so anyway, kind of gives you an idea of what break looks like around here. And hope you guys enjoyed it. It always goes fast. I'm sure you feel this as well. Breaks always go fast, but this one felt pretty good. It was a good balance between days off and being home and days here and still feeling like we're moving the needle forward and we're getting some things done. It was a really good balance between the two. All right. Thanks, guys.